You guys had a lot of wonderful lines this time, and we had some newbies, and it's interesting to see everybody's take on how this should end. And I think this is going to be an interesting. I think you'll find some surprises in how we're going to approach this. And I'm just excited that we're at this point. And I just want to thank you guys for hanging in there with me and for being a part of this project. And I know it was a poem that we've been doing mostly. We're going to get into some other fun stuff, and we're going to have a few other fun guests coming, hopefully between now and Monday, as well as some down the road. So definitely keep checking in with my Facebook page and my Twitter, which is all Yashi Brown, my name, as well as my website, but mainly my social media is going to have kind of all the updates on how we're coming along with this piece, okay? And yeah, with that said, let's get into some of these amazing lines that we ended up going with. And like I said, there's always so many good things that I'm noticing. I see individuals kind of fine tuning their skills, learning from each other, getting better. I see when you find a line that you like and you kind of expand on it. Some of you guys are being inspired, I will say. I'm not going to say you're jacking lines, but definitely I see some people being inspired by lines before them. And again, no idea is completely anybody's by themselves. We are all inspired. We are all part of this force that is shared. So, yeah, this is all good stuff. So, let's go through our runners up. How about that? Now, the last line that we had of our last one was one by Maiden At, and it was very, very uniquely put. Let's say that. It was very uniquely put together and kind of just left you surprised in the end and enlightened. I love those unexpected lines like that. And it was freedom, healing, self love. Wow. How do we remember? How do I remember? Like storing pictures in a cloud, it comes back when you surrender. Such wisdom. Oh, I love that line. Now, where can we have gone with this? So many different places, and there's a lot of wonderful places that you guys went. Here are some examples. Um, Gosh, who do I begin with first? One that I kept going back and forth on, back and forth. Like this was like eating away at me. And there's quite a few of you guys though where that was happening. Step by step, higher and higher, I'm feeling empowered, and all I had to do was let go. That was a perfect line, perfect next best line. Um, because we are, again, we're doing some collaborating, combining of lines. Um, there was a different type of combination I ended up going with, but this was very close. Journey D, you definitely were very on the money with this one, very close. Thank you so much for submitting this line. I definitely wanted to draw attention to that. Um, Another good line by someone we're not going to hear from in this verse, but this was a tough one. Let's see here, Christina. You're a newbie on here, and some people were inspired off your line, is what I'm thinking. I could be wrong, but I get the feeling that you have inspired some with your line. I've been through the storm and through the rain. I'm here to help. I feel their pain. I know the struggle. I know the fear. I know the voice crying, but I am here. Um, Very empathetic, very trying to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. And just thank you. Thank you for this particular line. And I like where you're going with it. I like where you're going with it. Only thing I would maybe recommend is, because I want you to submit again, maybe just condensing it. And, and I'm going to say that for a few of you, definitely try to condense your lines and make them as concise as possible. Now, for some lines, may not be the case, and I'll leave that up to your discretion. However, sometimes when we want that point to just really be laser and resonate really quickly, we want to make sure we're being as economy with words as possible. Okay. Um, Another one, the nice Bryce. You confided your pain. Now united, we see the confusion that breaks down divided belief. Back when I was the other, you stood scared and alone. Now together, we tend to be the love that has grown. Beautiful. Again, beautiful. And I would just give you the same advice. If we can just break that down to a shorter, and again, I want to keep it to no more than 3 sentences for the most part, but those would be even 3 short sentences if that was the case. But this again, this idea, this is where this was an idea. The togetherness seemed to be a strong theme. Individuals wrapping up with the idea of how. Um, the two to tango part, how it interplays. So this was again, this played out really well, and I just wanted to thank you for that line. Maiden at, you had a really cool line in here again. The crying winds unwind in truth as storms come to an end. Oceans recede with humbled gulps like testifying men. Goodness gracious, it's just awesome line. Um, all I can say is please don't stop submitting. I have a feeling you might just have that really banger at the end or something. So just we definitely need your voice and continue with this thought. Awesome, awesome. So with that being said, we are getting very close to the end. All right. Who are we going to start with? Okay, so let's start with our first cloudy memories. I was a little surprised at this one. You're a newbie on here, and this was a very kind of an unexpected line you went with. But I don't think you collaborated with somebody subconsciously, and it worked out really well. Some are silenced by a judgment, others silenced by pain. Okay? It seems like there's still in love some things to be said, which there are. So thank you for that line, Cloudy Memories. It's in here, and you are on our piece. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And we have Gunslinger, who was honestly slinging a lot in this particular round. Gosh, you had some. I would have used some of your runner-up lines, but because you got a line in here, I didn't mention it, which I'm trying to remember not to do. But I really, really want to encourage anybody who's listening to this to go back to the last round and to read some of Gunslinger's lines, because these are some lines to definitely just think about the different ways folks are thinking, and also in the way they're writing their lines, maybe the meter. I don't want you to think about too many things like that. I still want you to definitely have your own voice, your own style. Don't alter that. But just the length and the way some of the points are expressed. Yeah, there's a few writers on here that do the same kind of a thing. Gunslinger's a little newer on here, so I just wanted to call attention to that. Okay. The heaviness of your heart keeps you stuck on the ground. Your words fall flat in this world full of sound. Oh, wow, that's amazing. The heaviness of your heart keeps you stuck on the ground. Your words fall flat in this world full of sound. All right, so mm, great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you for that line and congratulations. Then we had Sunshine. Ooh, now we walk together, no longer dwelling in misery. Not a you or an I, but a us and a we. For every stride I assisted you with, I unknowingly helped me. I love this line. It works very perfectly with what we're doing here. Um, it was a bit it could be cut in a few ways, which we'll see how that works out, but the line is all here. I mean, definitely the whole thing works. And it just was perfect for what we're doing, and it was perfect as the next best line as well. So thank you, Sunshine. You're new on here, and you're going to see how all of this plays together. And then Pam B1, you ended up with a second line on her piece in addition to our opening line, which I just want everyone here to thank Pamby for an amazing opener, because I think the ball got rolling once we were able to really put ourselves in the shoes of this person, and you definitely helped us do that. Okay, so your line was, it's easy to say there's nothing I can do. It's easy to say I'll call you later. It's easy to just walk away. This was a daring line. I skipped over it at first, but as I continued to think about what we wanted to say and what we want to make sure we cover, I thought it was a very strong and very confrontational line. And when I say confrontational, I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean it in a very, I love direct straightforwardness. Tell me like it is. And this is one of those lines that does that. It's easy to say there's nothing I can do. It's easy to say I'll call you later. It's easy to just walk away. And we know that. And the thing is he just says it in the piece. I mean, he didn't fluff it up with trees and flowers and all the other kind of things that you can do in poetry, which is the reason why we love poetry. But for a second there, he turned into somebody who was dropping some knowledge and actually, kind of being really direct and saying, hey, I need to let you know what's up. And I like that. That's the reason why we have so many different voices in a poem, because some voices are going to do that, and then other voices will be able to take us back to that space of poetry and imagination. And then those other voices are going to be that strong in your face call to action. That's what we want. That's the variety, that's the beauty that we want. And when you're writing your own pieces, try to put yourself in a few different personalities sometimes and see how you can approach the same topic in the voice of, 4 or 5 different people. Just try it. You don't have to do it, but it's a fun way to explore different personalities. You can have multiple personalities in one piece. How's that? And let's see. Yeah, I think we went through all of them. So let's put this together. Well, let's go from the last verse. Um, we had when I can be, well, the last line from the previous verse above that was, when I can be alone and not lonely, I'll know I am finally free. Free to be me, free to exist. The urge to die I can resist. Oh, for the courage to reach across the room and be like a flower, ready to bloom. Embrace who you are, take nothing for granted, for the peace for your peace will grow from those seeds that are planted. But if I stumble, promise that you will employ patience and help me to heal once again. Freedom, healing, self love. Wow, how do I remember? Like storing pictures in a cloud, it comes back when you surrender. The heaviness of your heart keeps you stuck on the ground. Your words fall flat in this world full of sound. Some are silenced by judgment, others silenced by pain. It's easy to say there's nothing I can do. It's easy to say I'll call you later. It's easy to just walk away. But now we walk together, no longer dwelling in misery, not a you or an I, or us or we. For every stride I assisted you with, I unknowingly helped me. That's our piece. I hope you like. I know I think it works. And not only do I think it works, I think it's awesome. And I really want to congratulate you guys. Cloudy Memories, I hope you see where your line came into play. Some are silenced by judgment, others silenced by pain. It's easy to say there's nothing I can do. It's easy to say I'll call you later. It's easy to just walk away. So there is your match. I bet you didn't know you had a match out there. We all have a match. That's your match. Okay, so Monday's the last day. It's going to be very emotional for me. Not really. This is definitely a line. I want you guys to really ponder over the 5 signs of emotional pain. I really want you to think about all of them. The personality change, we covered a ton of them in here, but also think about some of the other ones. And I'll let you go to the link and I'll let you read over that so you can get it in your head. And then think about how you can put some of those ideas into concise, nice, strong, poetic verses. Okay? And we'll continue our journey, and I'll be cheering you on through the weekend. And definitely check in, submit your lines, put your heart and soul into it so we can all get some good inspiration and enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right? See you soon. Bye. You've entered a new reality that's of a higher frequency than what you're used to, but it's ready for you. Your lifestyle